Alright, so you've got an idea of ultimate economic running. If you're a marathon runner, you want a nice clean heel strike, shift weight to the toes, and then nice clean push off to the next step. Well, not everybody wants to run a marathon. Some people are sprinters. And in the context of sprinting, you're starting off with the same basic body posture. Here's a little trick for the ladies. You ever want to learn how to get good at wearing high heels without having it be painful for every step you take? If you're a track student, if you're learning to run either the 100, the 200, 400, or however many laps you want to take around a track, one of the things about track running is that you're walking on the balls of your feet and your heels are off the ground. In fact, for a good track runner, your heels will never touch the ground. From what I teach, there's a different perspective to think about. Most track shoes, all of the cleats will be underneath the ball of their feet because that's how coaches teach the skill. I teach a weight distribution which is very subtle, however incredibly radical. I shift my weight, as you can see, not the center line of the tape isn't underneath my second toe, but it's directly underneath the middle of my big toe and the second toe in. So it's very, very subtle, but very, very distinct. So when I place my second foot in front of it and in the same place with the weight load between two toes only, rather than shifted across 5 toes, I can pull myself up on those 2 toes and balance quite readily. As you can see, I can make a 360-degree turn, and at each 90-degree angle you can see that my heels are clearly off the ground. And they very easy in order to balance myself. The steps are simply pulling yourself forward. Now, to be a good track runner, being up on your toes is one thing. In order to get good at pulling your weight, teaches you a whole nother skill whatsoever. You can actually use the inward rotation of your toes to amplify the speeds in the curves. One of the things that no track coach will ever tell you is that while you can run as fast as you can in the straights, you can never run at full speed in the curves of a track. They will slow you down. Because when we run in pronation, we have to shorten our strides in order to make the curves and stay within the lines under the rules of racing on a track. Learning to walk on your toes with a weight pull, this is called in-toeing. Doctors will tell you that this is a medical problem for track runners. I tell you this is the ultimate way to run track, because as you can see, as my toes can flare out, as I balance myself here, you can see that my knee is still to center line, and my weight distribution is evenly between the outsides of my heels to control my balance. Therefore, as I step forward, here's what I'm doing. I'm actually pushing myself to the side naturally with each step. And as you learn to control that, you'll just get better and better at it because you use more of the tendons in the calf and the hamstrings in order to run. You can shorten your stride length and still run as fast as you possibly can. It's a little trick nobody will tell you about. You've learned it here.